Joe Gaming Zeta presents First Turns. What's up, lords and ladies, and welcome to Joe Gamer Zeta, a place for Game Joe Games and only Game Joe Games. Welcome to a brand new episode of First Turns. I'm your host, Joshua Hill, and today we're going to be looking at Midnight Espresso. This was created by Noble Dragon Studios. It was put up on January 9th, 2021, and it is a 0.0.1 early access made in Rippy. And you get to decide whether this is a horror game or a love story. It all depends on what you want to do with it. So, without further ado, let's get into the game that is Midnight Espresso. Name your character. Joshy Poo. We're gonna name ourselves Joshy Poo. I am a he. Chapter 1. The wind brushes through your ears as you open the bell-laden door to the coffee shop you've called work for the past year. It is the beginning of another month, and you eye the calendar with all your future shifts as you make your way to the back room. The smell of coffee surrounds you as you place your bag by the break doors and grab your purple apron. You pull the loop over your head and tie the string behind your back before clocking in for your shift. Oh, good morning, Joshy Poo. Slash? Because I accidentally put a slash, so we got Joshy Poo slash. Apparently I accidentally put a slash at the end, so it's Joshy Poo slash. So every time it says my name, we're gonna say slash. How are you doing today? You turn at the sound of a voice behind you. It's your manager, Jesse. Morning, I'm doing all right. How are you? At this point, that you realize that there is someone standing next to Jesse, someone you've never seen before. I'm fantastic as always. I was just about to pass our new hire off to you. Jesse turns to walk to the stranger. Their gaze remains on you. This is Joshy Poo slash. He's going to be training you for the next week or so. He'll train you a lot, I'm sure. Well, training? You look at Jesse with an alarmed expression. You've never trained anyone before. Like, sure, you've been working at the cafe long enough to know how everything is done, but that doesn't mean you're ready to train someone. Jesse doesn't seem to notice your internal panic. They just pat you on the shoulder and speak to you in an upbeat and slightly teasing tone. If you do a good job training them, maybe there's a bonus in it for you. That bonus? Oh man, you could really use some extra cash. One of your most anticipated games is coming out at the end of this month. This bonus would just what you need to purchase it. Time to add barista trainer to your resume. The new hire continues to stare at you. There's something about their stare that makes you shiver and puts a halt to your weird mental ramblings. Hey, my mental ramblings are not weird. I want myself a video game. I'm adding barista to my new hire package. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I just got my future planned. Hey ho, future planned of super barista trainer. Alright, I'll leave you two to it then. Jesse walks off to do manager things, leaving you alone with the new barista, who has no name, by the way. This is just the new barista. Hello, Mr. New Barista or Mrs. New Barista. Thank you. I was just told I was done by my roommate. They look at you and wait. Okay. You try to start trading, but the unwavering gaze of the barista makes you stall. Customer service or coffee? Let's do customer service! Is this your first customer service job? Have you had a job before? Barista. It's okay if you haven't. This is my first job, too. This was my first job. Not was, because I know what I'm doing now at this point. Ha! A lot more dots! Well, we don't just make coffee here. We also serve customers. taking care of their needs is the most important part of this job. Sometimes our first attempt at helping a customer doesn't work out. When we get upset and wants us to do things that we might not normally be allowed to do, Jesse says to always say yes and just do it. Say yes and just do it! Just do it! The next 25 minutes are spent with you giving the barista tips on how to best help customers. You can also go over good practices for dealing with an unhappy customer. Okay, I think that's enough for us today. For us sitting back here talking, it's not for today. We're not done yet. You stay with me, and I'll teach you the way. Let's do some hands-on training. There's 3 main jobs to being a barista: ringing on the register, making the drinks on the bar, and doing support. Which one are we going to do? We are going to do a drinks. Let's start our bar. We lead the barista out to the back room and onto the floor. Luckily, it seems to be a slow morning so far. Training will be easier without a rush of people. Slacking off the back without me again, were you? What are you talking about? Nah, I just messing with you. Who's this? This is the new hire. I'm training him today. Hey, Harry! Nice to meet you. I'm Sabuna, but everyone just calls me Sib. Sib is what you would consider cool and laid back. They're good at their job, but they sure are lazy about it. You enjoy working with them because they're easy to get along with. More dots! The barista just stares at Sib before looking to you. Sib seems to be a little put off by this. Okay, well, what are you training on today? I think bar is where we're going to be today. Just a jump start on making drinks. That's a little risky to do with no knowledge with the drinks, but I'll leave it to you. I'll be on the register if you need me. Okay, that sounds good. If you need me, I'll be on reg. Okay, I feel like there were 2 ways they wanted to say that, and they put both of them in there. Anyways. So this is the bar. We make all the drinks here, and it's probably where you'll spend most of your time. You wave your hands in a showy fashion. Oh, look at the bar! The bar is beautiful. We must work at the bar and show out the amazing high-tech counter. Look at this. This is a self-made counter. It magically makes the... Look at that. Look at that. Self-made counter. High-tech, man. All right. Learning to make drinks was what I was most afraid of when I started. So I understand that it can be intimidating. But fear not. It is not that bad. Most drinks are made following the same steps with slight changes, so it's just a bit of I was about to say monetization. Can I be monetized? Can I? Please? I'm a good boy. I do good on these videos. YouTube numbers me! So it's just a bit of memorization. That was the word I was looking for. This is the espresso machine. We use it for pretty much every drink here. It grinds the espresso beans and pulls a shot within 15 seconds. Like this. You press up the little glass up that shots. Can't talk. You set up the little glass cup that shots were poured into and then press the button for it to start making 2 shots of espresso. The little grinder goes for a few seconds before stopping. A few moments later, dark hot espresso comes out of the nozzle and does into the little shots, into the shot glass. Goes into the shot glass. Here, this is a shot of espresso. It's got 3 distinct parts to it. The crema is the part, it's the top foamy part. The body is the middle section, and the heart is the dark bottom. I think someone needs to go back to anatomy class. But okay, that's the most bitter part of the shot. Go ahead and try it. It's best when you down it in one go. You hold the cup up to the barista, prompting him to take it, and then drink it all at once. Their face twists for a moment, and their entire body shudders almost violently. The glass slips from their fingers and shatters on the floor. Something in their neck, under their collar, bulges and shifts oddly for a moment before they relax and go back to normal. You okay there? I guess I should have warned you. It's super bitter if you aren't a coffee drinker. What was it? What was it? What? Yeah? Okay. Let's get a broom and to clean up the broken glass. You go to turn away from the barista and taps you gently on the shoulder before stooping down. They stand and the unbroken shot glass is in their hand. What? You could have sworn it had broken. You had even felt shards hit your shoes. You look down at the floor, there's nothing there. There's no glass pieces. Oh, I thought it had broken. Well, put it up to the side since it's dirty now. Okay, all energy has left the room! This guy's scary! Ah! Actually, it's kind of cool, honestly. Other than the bulge in his neck that seems a little... Ow! You grab a new shot glass and set it on the counter, mind whirling as it tried to make sense of what just happened. It was an odd reaction to coffee for sure. Moving on would be wise. Okay, why don't you try pulling a shot now? Don't worry, you don't have to drink this one. The barista nods and copies what you had done to pull the shot. It wasn't difficult to do. Just put the cup down and press the shot button. The machine does the rest so they can do it very easily. I cannot read at this point. He's all flabbergasted me. The bulge in the neck! The bulge in the neck! I can't get over the bulge in the neck! Awesome. Now I'll teach you how to steam meat. Steam milk. Steam meat. Let's steam some meat. Let's put some meat in those coffees. It's a little daunting at first, but it becomes like second nature the more you do it. You pick up a larger cup that has a label on the side that says milk. Then you reach down below the counter and open the small fridge that contains a bunch of gallons of milk, pulling out one that has already been opened. First, you need your milk. We most likely use whole milk for everything unless a customer says otherwise. You then pour the milk into this pitcher, like so, and then we cover over to this funny looking wand thing. We come over. On the espresso machine is a lever that can be pulled down. Before it is a plastic looking tube with a little piece of metal sticking out of the bottom with some holes around it. It's the steam wand. Steam wand in the middle of the street. When steaming milk, you want to hold the wand so it is just below the surface so it makes that really nice microphone. You hold it under the surface where it makes a shh sound for a few seconds before letting the wand go all the way to the bottom and letting it finish heating up the milk. It stops automatically. You demonstrate how to steam the milk, happy that your microfoam comes out perfectly. Then you want to let it sit for a few seconds to let the foam and the milk separate so it's easier to pour. And then you pour it into the customer's cup. You grab the cup with an espresso the barista pulled earlier and show how to pour the milk in from a few inches up to keep the foam from pouring in just yet. Then as the cup gets full, you slowly lower the pitcher so the foam starts to pour in, creating a perfect latte. I wonder if these people who made this are actually baristas, because this is actually pretty in-depth on how you do this stuff. Like, I wonder if this is their job, their normal job. Or they did their research. Yeah, that's true too. Ta-da! Technically, the espresso shots have expired for this since it was sitting for so long, but this is just trading, so it's okay. Why don't you try steaming some milk now? The barista nods and picks up the steam pitcher. They repeat what you did with pulling the milk out of the fridge, pouring it into the pitcher, and then going to the steam wand. Instead of a nice shh sound, though, the milk makes almost a high-pitched screaming. Ah! He's steaming me! What's wrong with him? Ah! Oh, sorry. Showing that the barista didn't have it at quite the right angle. You're already surprised the barista didn't get it in the first try. Something about them made you feel like they didn't make mistakes. The screaming milk eventually fades into a sound that's close to the proper sound, and the barista puts the pitcher on the machine to let it finish steaming. They look at you with a slightly disappointed expression. It's okay. It just takes some practice to get the hang of steaming milk. Whole milk steams the best, honestly, and milk like heavy cream and eggnog will just scream, no matter what you do to get. So get used to it. Luckily, it's not eggnog season. Why don't you try again? Sometimes it's easier to start the wand at the bottom of the cup and then slowly bring it up to just below the surface before it makes a good shh sound. They nod and try again. This time the milk streams sounds better. Less of a high pitch ah! And more of a deep organ. They frown. They try again. Closer this time. You have the barista practice the milk steaming until they can almost do it perfectly. It's time to move on to making drinks. Let's see. Which way should I teach them? Should I teach them the proper way or should I teach them the quick way? We'll do it the proper way. We're training. We're not going to do the easy way. We're going to do it the proper way. The proper way is the best way. Jesse says it's the faster way, even though Sim heavily disagrees. It almost prevents a mess from building up and prevents confusion when making drinks. It also... So, this is the routine. First, you look at the cup to see what the drink is. Then, you start steaming your milk. While it's steaming, you cue your shots. While the grinder is going, you have a few seconds to grab whatever syrup flavors you need and then slide the cup up under the right as the shots start to pour. You demonstrate the steps. Make it a hazelnut latte. You start steaming the milk of the next drink when the first one is almost done. That way, you're always working on a drink. But wait! There's more! Till you are ready to pull the shot before you put the flavor in, prevents possible contamination. Then you should take the drink off, cue shots for the second drink, put flavors in it, and put it on the machine and finish the first drink. You demonstrate this by making a few drinks: a caramel latte, a mocha, and a cappuccino. That's the routine. Why don't you try and make a drink now? How about a latte with no flavor in it? You quietly look at the barista, starts to make the latte, they steam the milk, and they cue the shots, but falter for a second at the lack of flavor. They glance to you for help, and you nod to the espresso machine. Listen, espresso machine, you do it right. This is the new guy. Don't make me come back there. The shots are almost about to pull. They understand and manage to get the cup under right as the espresso starts to flow. There we go. The milk stops streaming, and they take the pitcher off the steam wand and wait for the shots to finish pulling before taking the cup and pouring the milk in the way you showed them how to. Congrats! You are now a barista! You made your first drink. Why don't we practice a few more? They seem happy at the praise and nod. You have them make several more drinks, teaching them the recipes to all the drinks and how customizations will affect them. Hey, how's bar training going? Good. They're getting the hang of it pretty quickly. Nice. Now, which way did you teach them to do it? Oh, I taught them the way Jesse wants us to do it. Really? That's a super slow way. I don't want a customer to come up to me because the new hire is moving so slowly. Well, I don't want to get in trouble with Jesse, so you'll have to deal with it. Whatever. Anyways, I came to cover your break. Okay, thanks. Come on. You lead the barista into the back room so you both can take your break. You sit down in one of the chairs in the back room, and the barista sits in the one opposite of you. Normally, you'd go on your phone, check for any messages, and scroll through your chosen social media app. but they're just sitting there looking at you. Perhaps you should get to know them better. Ask a personal question, show them a funny story, or tell them a work story. I don't know if they'll open up to a personal story, personal question. I mean, I could try to make them laugh, or I could tell them, but we're not all work. We're relaxing. I kind of want to ask them a personal question, honestly. It's kind of what I want to do, but I don't want to be rude. All right, we'll ask them a personal question. Hey, why is everything black? This is the end. What? What do you mean the end? This is the end. Joshy Poo. Slash! The end of the demo. What? See you soon, Joshy Poo. Slash! What? No! No! What? Okay, no. Wait, no. Show them a funny meme. Oh, it's gonna give it to me. Okay, alright, let's go back. Let's go back and see what happens if we choose to do it the quick way. Let's do it the quick way. The quick way will be better. It still does everything mostly properly. It just makes drinks get out faster so customers are less likely to wait as long. Jesse really doesn't really like it when we do bar this way, though, as it makes the bar a huge mess. So this is the routine. First you look at the cup to see what the drink is. If there's a couple of small cups with the same type of milk, you can double up the milk into one pitcher. Just make sure it doesn't overflow. Then you start steaming your milk. While it's steaming, you queue up your shots. While the grinder is going, you have a few seconds to grab whatever syrup flavors you need and then slide the cup right underneath as the shot starts to pour. You demonstrate the steps. Making a vanilla latte. Did I make a vanilla latte? No, I made a hazelnut latte. If you have multiple shots on the bar, the second one your milk stops streaming, you should start up this next one. You have multiple milk pitchers, so pre-pouring the milk can help a lot. Same with putting the flavor in. Also, if the drinks have similar amounts of shots in them, you can also double that up. Again, you demonstrate this to the barista by making a couple of different drinks. A caramel latte, a mocha, and a cappuccino. That's routine. Why don't you try make a drink now? How about a latte with no flavor in it? You quietly watch as the barista starts to make the latte. They steam the milk and then cue the shots, but falter for a second at the lack of flavor. They glance at you for help and you nod to the espresso machine. The shots are almost about to pull. They understand and manage to get the cup under as the espresso starts to flow. The milk starts steaming and they take the pitcher off the steam and wait for the shots to finish pulling before taking the cup and pouring the milk in the way you showed them how to. Congrats, you are now a barista. You made a few more drinks. Why don't we practice a few more? They seem happy at the praise. Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay, so how's the bar training going? Good, we're getting the hang of it pretty quick. Nice. You know I taught them the only way to do it. Hey, thank you. I swear if you taught them the other way, I'd have been so mad. The proper way is so slow. Anyways, I came to cover your break. Okay, thank you. You lead the barista to the room. And so, tell a work story? Yep, it's gonna keep doing that to me. This is the end of the demo. I kind of like that fourth wall break. That was really cool. Let's see what else we got. Here we go. Let's go to register. Let's start at the register. You lead the barista out of the back room and onto the floor. Luckily, it seems to be a slow morning so far. Training will be easier without a rush of people. Slack it off in the back again without me, as were you? Okay, so he'll be here no matter what I choose. He's a new hire. I'm training him today. La 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 la. La la la. I'm training on register. I think it's a good place to start to help them learn what drinks we have and to get started on helping customers. Good choice. I'll be in the bar then. Holla if you need me. This is the register. There are buttons of everything we sell, as well as the prices of each of those items. You show the barista each and every button on the register, as well as how to put add-ons and customizations on an order. The barista looks all at the names of the drinks with a puzzled expression and a frown. It seems they are not versed in coffee drinks at all. Let me describe each of these drinks so you know what kinds of customizations can be done to each one. When I show you bar, it will make more sense. You spend a few minutes describing each drink to the barista. You worry that you've overloaded them with information, but they seem to be understanding what you say. As you explain this to the barista, a customer walks up to the register. This is a perfect opportunity to show them how to take an order, ring it up, and write their cup. Good morning, welcome in. You greet them with an overly cheerful tone. Good morning, welcome in. Sim always says you sound recognizable when you're talking to a customer. What can we get started for you? Hey, a latte with non-fat milk, no foam, extra hot, and with whipped cream. Thank you very much. Sure thing. We're doing trading today, so I'm just showing my coworker here how to use the register and take orders. Customers always seem nicer when you tell them someone is trading. You've seen Sid tell a customer they're new when they are definitely not new, but they're doing something to upset the customer. The customer always calms down afterwards. Oh, that's just fine. Good luck on your trading, dear. You glance at the barista. They have a strange expression on their face at being called dear. You then show them how to punch the order in the register. Okay, your total will be $4.68. The customer reaches in their bag to pull out their wallet, and you take a moment to turn back to the barista. I find it easier to write the order on the cup after you rung it up, but before they pay. Sim likes to write the cup as they order, so it's up to you which way you like to do it best. Here, why don't you write the cup down for practice, and I'll write it down with you on my phone. You pick up a paper cup and pull out your marker. Purple ink, just like your apron. The barista also grabs a cup. You glance down at the pockets of their apron and notice them to be fully flat. No sign of a marker in their depths. Figures Jesse wouldn't fully set them up. You reach into your apron to grab one of the many markers you acquired in your pockets. Yes! Alright. Here, you can borrow my bar. Before you pull out one, you see the barista reach into their blankety empty pocket and pull out a marker that looks identical to yours. Weird. There's no way they had a marker in their apron. You stand there dumbfounded for a moment before realizing that both the barista and the customer are staring at you expectantly. Way to freak out over a marker, Joshy Poo. Slash! Right, so on the top we write an L to show that it's latte, and an N to show that it's non-fat milk. You go over each of the customizations the customer wanted and show the barista how to record it in a straight shorthand the cafe uses. The barista copies each of the marks and shows you a marked cup that looks exactly like what you wrote. Okay. Alright, well, this has been Midnight Espresso, everyone. This is really cool. Based on your decisions, it looks like he does different things. He or she does different things. I'm not quite sure. I think they were going for a non-gender look. That's my opinion of the character. I'm personally believing it's a male. That doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. But for me, the barista is a he. And I believe it's up to interpretation. That's what I believe. Anyways, the game looks nice. It looks really good. And I like the fact that it feels like you can interpret this character however you want to. And I look forward to see how they go with the game and stuff like that. As you know, we finished the demo. So, yeah. Thank you everyone for coming by. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe for more videos in the future. Hit that notification bell to be caught up on all my videos as soon as I put them out. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye! Thanks for watching, and remember, subscribe, check the links below. Come on back for another video.